Thanks for your contributions. Just to pick up, I suppose, first of all, the three of you have spoken twice, and I haven't heard one of you has mentioned anything about the numbers that are dying in Ukraine. I mean, we have these less privileged people who actually didn't start the war, but are dying in it. And I don't know how your industry can be so disconnected from what happens when your equipment is used by either side. The equipment that you make is designed to kill people, and I don't know what you think about it in those terms. Back in 1960, Eisenhower, when he was leaving the US presidency, he warned America about the developing entity which he described as the military-industrial complex. I think it was the first time the term was used. And this idea that, oh, if you make the stuff, well, you don't necessarily have to use it. Well, that's not actually the way it works, right? If you make it, there's pressure to use it. The Americans spend over $800 billion a year on arms. The Americans have dropped more bombs than the rest of the world put together since 1945. You make it, there's a pressure to use it. Now, you said that it's not a very profitable industry. I beg to differ. There's not many people who agree with you on that. I'd like to compare it against all other industries around the planet. I think the arms industry does really well. And it loves war because you make money from war. If I made raincoats and umbrellas, I couldn't sell them if it didn't rain. And you'd struggle to sell equipment if there was no war. And you're selling it by the bucketful at the moment and looking to produce more and more and more because there's a war going on. It's in your financial interest that there's war. You thrive on it. Why can't you just admit that? Where are we going? This is all madness. You said that multilateralism and dialogue has been weakened. Goddamn right they have. We've refused to engage in dialogue and diplomacy on Ukraine. I'm not excusing the Russians. Putin was completely wrong to invade the place. But we could have tried to stop it harder. We've actually, in April 2022, we stopped peace breaking out. There's too many people, too many elites wanting the war to continue, and you're part of it. Your industry doesn't want the war to stop because you make less money. The Americans and NATO don't want the war to stop. This is a mad show. And there's, as my colleague said, we have a housing crisis in most countries in Europe. People are waiting too long to get a medical appointment. Healthcare is unaffordable for so many people. Social services are getting weaker, and we can't spend enough money on military, and we don't give a damn about the hundreds of thousands dying in Ukraine? How do you sleep at night?